Welcome back to Degens Journal, your daily dose of raw, fast, and essential crypto news. No fluff, just the signal. Today's stories are fire, so here's what we're covering. Headlines, quick preview. South Korea launches a full investigation into crypto exchange fees. CZ wants every platform to have a crypto will feature for users after death. Elon Musk's AI firm XAI faces legal action over data center air pollution. Iran imposes curfews on crypto exchanges after the $100 million Nobitex hack. Trump demands stablecoin bill as soon as possible, calls it America's crypto moment. Let's dive into each one. Story 1. South Korea targets exchange fees. South Korea, one of the most crypto-active nations in the world, is now taking a closer look at what many users have been quietly complaining about for years: transaction fees on local exchanges. The country's financial watchdog, the Financial Services Commission, FSC, has launched an official investigation into the fee structures of domestic crypto platforms. This isn't just a routine review, it's a direct response to a major campaign promise made by newly elected President Lee Jae-myung. Lee campaigned on a pro-crypto platform, pledging to modernize regulation, support digital innovation, and most notably, reduce the financial burden on retail traders, especially the younger generation, who have turned to crypto as a way to build wealth in a tough economy. Now, the FSC is stepping in with a full-scale probe. They plan to conduct a detailed survey of all local exchanges, including how transaction fees are structured, the actual methods of charging users, the total revenues generated from these fees, and whether these costs are justified or inflated. Why is this important? Because South Korean exchanges like Upbit, Bithumb, Coinon often charge fees that exceed global averages, and due to regulatory constraints, users have limited access to international platforms like Binance. This creates a captive market, where traders are paying higher fees simply because they have no other choice. If the investigation uncovers exploitative practices, we could see government-mandated fee reductions and possibly standardized fee caps, something unprecedented in global crypto regulation. And here's the bigger picture. If South Korea enforces fee reform successfully, it could trigger a global domino effect. Countries like Japan, Singapore, and even parts of the EU may follow, pushing crypto exchanges worldwide to become more transparent and competitive in how they monetize user activity. This isn't just a local issue, it might be the start of a global shakeup in crypto economics. Story 2. CZ wants crypto wills. Let's face it, death is one of those topics no one in crypto wants to talk about, but CZ just did. Binance founder Changpeng Zhao dropped a powerful reminder on X. This is a topic people avoid, but the fact is humans cannot live forever. His point? Most crypto users don't have a plan for what happens to their assets after they're gone. Billions of dollars in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins could be lost forever just because someone didn't leave instructions. So CZ is calling for every crypto platform to implement a will function. What does that mean? It's a built-in feature that lets users designate heirs who would receive their crypto in the event of death, according to specific proportions, instructions, and timelines. And Binance isn't just talking about it. As of the 12th of June update, this feature is already live. Users can now set an emergency contact. If there's prolonged inactivity, Binance will alert that contact. The contact can then initiate a claim process and receive access to the user's assets, assuming proper verification. This is a game changer, because right now, very few platforms offer any inheritance tools at all. If you die with your private keys and no plan, your crypto goes with you permanently. CZ's push brings attention to a massive blind spot in the crypto world: estate planning. Traditional finance has wills, beneficiaries, probate courts, and insurance. Crypto? It's just not your keys, not your coins. The question now is, will other platforms adopt this model? Will Coinbase, Kraken, or OKX follow Binance's lead? And if not, are they putting billions in customer assets at risk? As crypto becomes mainstream, real-world life events need real-world solutions. And CZ's message is clear: plan now, or risk losing it all later. Story 3. Elon's AI firm faces lawsuit over pollution. Elon Musk's AI venture, XAI, is under serious legal fire, and this time, it's got nothing to do with algorithms or robots. A 60-day legal notice has been issued against XAI over its Colossus data center in Memphis, Tennessee, the heart of Musk's AI operations. Why? Air pollution. According to the Southern Environmental Law Center, SELC, XAI installed and operated at least 35 gas-fired turbines on site without obtaining the required Clean Air Act permits. These aren't small generators. We're talking about industrial-scale turbines, pumping out dangerous pollutants like nitrogen oxides, linked to respiratory issues, formaldehyde, a known carcinogen, and all of this is happening in residential communities that are already dealing with environmental health burdens. What's worse, the turbines were allegedly brought in to bypass delays in getting access to the electrical grid. In other words, rather than wait for a grid connection, XAI just fired up its own gas machines and hoped nobody would notice. But they did. The legal notice was filed on behalf of the NAACP, America's oldest civil rights group, raising serious questions about environmental justice and corporate accountability. If XAI is found to be in violation, it could face massive fines, operational shutdowns, and serious reputation damage, especially for a company branding itself as the future of clean artificial intelligence. For a firm building tools to shape humanity's next digital age, this is a very old-school kind of scandal. Will Elon Musk respond? And will this slow down the race to train super-intelligent AI models? This story is just heating up, and regulators are watching closely. Story 4. Iran curfews crypto after $100 million hack. Iran is hitting the brakes hard on crypto activity. Following the massive $100 million exploit on local exchange Nobitex, the Iranian central bank has imposed strict curfews on domestic crypto exchanges. From now on, all platforms must operate only between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. local time, no exceptions. Why the sudden lockdown? According to Chainalysis, the move is driven by two major concerns. Cybersecurity. Overnight attacks are harder to detect and respond to. By restricting operational hours, regulators hope to make triage easier when future incidents occur. Capital control. Iran knows that crypto is a powerful tool for cross-border transfers, especially when sanctions are in place. This curfew gives the government greater control over when and how people move money in and out of the country. The hack on Nobitex reportedly linked to a pro-Israel hacker group drained assets across Tron and EVM-compatible chains, raising alarm bells at the highest level. Nobitex has confirmed that only hot wallets were compromised, and says all user losses will be fully reimbursed using their insurance fund. But the damage is already done not just to the exchange, but to trust in the Iranian crypto ecosystem. And now, the government is using this incident as a reason to tighten control. Let's be honest, this is about more than just cybersecurity. It's also about limiting freedom of movement, monitoring financial behavior, and consolidating state power. In crypto, limiting access is limiting freedom, and Iran just took a big step in that direction. Story 5. Trump says, "Pass that stablecoin bill fast." Something historic is happening in US politics, and it's happening fast. President Donald Trump has just made his most explicit and aggressive endorsement of crypto to date. And it's all about one bill, the Genius Act, short for Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for US Stablecoins. This proposed legislation sets clear national rules for stablecoins, the essential layer of crypto used for trading, payments, and DeFi infrastructure. It would create a federal framework that allows compliant stablecoins like USDC to flourish legally under US law. And here's the twist. The Senate already passed the bill. Now, Trump wants the House to approve it lightning fast. His exact words, posted on Truth Social. The Senate just passed an incredible bill that is going to make America the undisputed leader in digital assets. Get it to my desk. As soon as possible, no delays, no add-ons. This is not just rhetoric. It's the first time a sitting US president has demanded crypto legislation be passed, and signed immediately, and it marks a major shift in Washington's tone on digital assets. Why does this matter? Because stablecoins are the bridge between crypto and the real economy. They're already moving billions per day, and yet, until now, the US had no clear legal framework to govern their use, leaving companies like Circle and Paxos operating in a gray zone. If passed, the Genius Act would define what a qualified stablecoin is, create licensing standards for issuers, assign oversight to federal banking regulators, and finally, provide legal clarity for businesses and users alike. This could accelerate adoption of dollar-backed stablecoins globally, cement the US dollar's dominance in the digital world, and attract billions in capital from institutional investors who've been waiting on the sidelines. But here's the political layer. By owning this bill, Trump is positioning himself as the pro-crypto candidate in the upcoming election, a sharp contrast to regulatory crackdowns seen during the Biden administration. Whether it's campaign strategy or genuine support, one thing's clear. The US is now one House vote away from passing the most important piece of crypto legislation in its history. If the Genius Act gets signed into law, the entire global crypto landscape could change overnight. Which story hit you hardest today? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should every crypto platform offer a will function? Or is Trump serious about making the US a crypto powerhouse? If you got value, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. We drop fresh crypto intel every day. See you tomorrow on Degens Journal. Stay Degen, stay sharp.